When even the lie becomes the truth, then problems start to erode. You see, lies are very expensive because every day and every time you have to go back into this shelf. So look it from the context. So let's say you have a shelf, you have many files, you have file 1 to file 10. So this is how the lies work. Today you go to file 1, shelf this one. You pick the document, give the lie. As time progresses, you have an audience. The audience listens to you and be like, yeah, they believe your lie. What happens over time, you start forgetting from which shelf you pulled the file from. So you start pulling the same file, the same folder 10 times. People start wondering, hold up, did I not hear this thing before? Was it not presented like this? Wait, is this not the same thing done over and over and over again? Then eventually, the veil is lifted, the curtains are open, and the truth comes out. Now you can't hide. And the funny thing, the thing that makes people or companies or governments exposed are actually something that was very small, and out of the blues it boils up into something now everybody knows the truth. Now you can't hide. Let's say it's a company that calls itself has branded itself this major, it does ABCDEFGH, whatever products or services they sell, only for people to come to realize the products they sell are manufactured and assembled in a particular country, where in that country people are being paid less than the minimum wage, and then they're shipped out, and the only thing they have is just a brand name. And so people start realizing, hold up, so you telling me that in this side of the town there's a lot of pollution, this part of the country, this particular area, because of a particular company, you get exposed. So those loyal customers, they walk away. Nobody wants a bad name. No person wants a bad name. Even the devil doesn't want a bad name, because if he wanted, we would see the real image and everybody would be running helter-skelter. So at the end of the day, no one wants a bad name. Everyone wants a good name. No government wants a bad name, so they'll do anything to suppress. No person wants a bad name, because a bad name destroys everything. If you are a good person, it destroys your reputation. If you're a bad person, it destroys the layer of lies which you built over time. We're in a time where we are witnessing a lot of exposure. So we have men who've been locked up, accused of doing unconsented things, and they've stayed for 5, 10, they've stayed for years. Only for the ones who are once victim to say, no, this person never did anything like this. In fact, I was told by my parent or my grandmother or some adult to do ABCD, and I did it and I said it, that person is innocent. That man has been robbed of how many years? Can never be taken back. But what now happens to the community that once rallied against the man? They start realizing, oh crap, he was innocent or she was innocent. We are seeing the same thing with parenting. So we have parent alienation, whether it's the father being alienated or the mother being alienated. And so many lies are built up in this child's life. Lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. Then one day they grow and learn some type of information, and it was not intended for them together. It was like a whole different thing. Then particular dots started connecting, then they have the real information. Do you think that child will love the parent who made them, who gave them their lies? No, they'll cut all ties. And depending on the level of power that parent holds, some of these children will just go silent completely. They'll disappear from their lives. And sometimes I always take caution when I look at some older people when they say they've been alienated from their children, or their kids have distance from them. I always choose to move with caution and understand, is it possible that this parent, in their time, there are things, there was, and the actions they did that broke that child to the point where they said, I can't be able to win in any way I say out there, while silence will do the job. Yes, we have those ones who are neglected, but I'm very specific on the ones who claim they are neglected by their children, only for you to dig deep and realize the children were so innocent and there are things these parents did. We're in a time where we are seeing, within again parenting, we're seeing the lies that are being told. And the children, they themselves are unearthing a lot of things. You go to buy a product from someone, it looks such a very good product. You like the product, you go to purchase the product to realize it's fake. It's not giving up to the convenience that it should have. You go get a particular service, good brand name, everything, only for you to be disappointed. The service never really delivers the way they said. And what ends up happening is you end up having a circumstance and a situation whereby people start asking themselves, is it really worth it? And depending on your level of power or influence, people will move differently. If you are a political figure, people be very cautious to have a direct confrontation because you have the power. You can, wipe them out of this earth. So people will use other strategies. They will work with other people to do exposures. And then the rug is pulled under you and you're on the floor. And that's how it works. How many times do we see like politicians, they'll come and give you a lie from here to Timbuktu, and they keep using the same line campaign after campaign after campaign after campaign. Let's say in a country whereby corruption is a problem, you hear things like, when I get into power, I will sort 1, 2, 3 things. When you look at their track record, they have been the corrupt. If it's a country that is facing a lot of mass immigration, they be told things like, we will deport, we'll do 1, 2, 3 things. When you look who are the campaigners of their political, of their leaders, they realize, really, are you really going to do this? No, they won't. Because, well, what sells at that campaign is to tell you, I will must deport. I will even show you I'm deporting. But are they really doing it? And so you are left with that situation. We have countries that are so comfortable and shameless to go and colonize another country, destroy, wipe out, and try to make sure that that country is unstable, and then lie to their people that everything is okay. They had something they needed to, they did something, they had a plan against us. But their own people start doing their own investigation and realize, no, it was a lie. There was never a problem. There was never an issue. Everything was a lie. Now, everybody knows the truth. And now, depending on the country, some get arrested, some exile, and some still sit in power. Well, that's where we are in life. The thing is, lies are forever and shall forever be very expensive. It doesn't matter the layer of lies. We have seen content creators, influencers, that whole group, whereby they tell you, I have made this. Let me say, if you claim to be as rich and wealthy as you are, shut up and enjoy your money. Simple. But if you always have to put it in people's face, yeah, we know everything you have and own is on credit. But if you are a real good investor, we will see the type of investments you're making. But if you have to splash and splash, and that's why we have this problem with get rich quick schemes, because people are rushing and rushing and rushing and saying, no, I'm going to be the first one to pull the rug. No, oh, no, you're in the Lulu world, because someone is going to pull that rug. And people start complaining, oh, I got scammed. Oh, really? Why are you not trying to pull the rug the first one, only to realize you're not the first one who got in the scam? You're just one among thousands. At the end of the day, doesn't matter how smart you are, doesn't matter how intelligent you are, doesn't matter how sophisticated you are, the lies will always and always be exposed, one way or another. It doesn't matter. And the way they'll be exposed, it will be in the least way people could have expected. And the people will expose it are the people you didn't even expect. Little children, the generation Alpha, are exposing their families. Someone says something, the child says, no, it was that other thing. Now people can't. We have some religious leaders say they are doing the miracle of the year, and the person who's supposed to now to play their part, the performer of the miracle, like, really? You just paid me behind the tent. Like, really? So just be genuine. Just be authentic. Yeah, if you're rich, you're rich. If you're poor, you're poor. If you're none of the above, fine. You don't have to stress yourself. Just take one step at a time. But lies are expensive. It doesn't matter who you are. And the problem with lies It destroys communities, homes, nations. It destroys all level of loyalty and trust. Is it worth it in the end? No. The same energy used to lie, use it to build. Because lies only destroy. There's nothing good that comes from lies. It's just destruction. And there are better ways to deal with lies. Just be honest, tell the truth, and handle things as they come.